The Nuggets snatched defeat from the jaws of victory in Game 4, and we're back to 0. It's 2-2. It's best of 3. Can the Nuggets get it done? What adjustments do they need to make? And why the zone betrayed them at the worst moment? All that and more coming up on Locked On Nuggets.
You are Locked On Nuggets, your daily Denver Nuggets podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Nuggets, your daily Denver Nuggets podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thanks for joining us and making us part of your day, being with us Monday through Friday. That's called being an everydayer, or as I like to call them, the sickos. Whether you're joining us on the podcast version or at youtube.com/Locked On Nuggets, I do appreciate each and every one of you being here. So does Ryan, so does Swipa. We love you guys being part of our community. We've grown so much this year, and we're thankful for each and every one of you. Rain or shine, win or loss, in season, off season, preseason, and more. Appreciate you guys being with us and being one of the thousands that enjoy our show daily. We're so grateful for all of you, including Amy Cantor, who came up and said hi to us at the game. Shout out, Amy. Got some stickers.
Shout out. It was super cool.
Got some stickers. By the way, if you're looking for those stickers, hit me up on DM. I'll be sending those out this week. I'll get the list together. My wife is done with her teaching for the semester, so she will have time to go to the post office, which I have not done since 2007 when I was getting like Netflix DVDs. So shout out to you guys. Today's show, we'll talk about the loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinals, as the Thunder even the series 2-2 in a 92-87 win. The good, the bad, and the ugly, because there was so much of it. My name is Matt Moore. I'm the senior NBA writer for the Action Network, joined by Ryan Blackburn, Mile High Sports, the Pickaxe and Roll podcast. Take a second. If you're on your podcast app, go subscribe to Pickaxe and Roll. Go do that. Okay. If you're at youtube.com, pause this, open a new window. Don't close it. Don't close it.
Don't you
dare close it. Go open a new window, pause it, and go subscribe to both Pickaxe and Roll and Swipe a Cam on YouTube. Support our guys. We do this. We work hard for you guys. We pour a lot of time, blood, and energy into these things. And we're here for you in the good times and the bad, as Lilu says, late night therapy with the guys. Yeah,
it's funny. I saw that come across the screen. I was like, yeah, for me, this is my therapy. This is how I let it out. That's the most important thing, is that I get to vent. It's great.
We call this show No Jinx, because we never, ever, 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 ever jinx anyone. I want to get the excuses out of the way.
Okay,
because they're I need to come up with an aphorism for about excuses and reasons, because the line is very thin. The Nuggets were gassed in this game. The NBA did them no favors with the scheduling. This was a 35-hour turnaround from an overtime game. Now, the league didn't know it was going to be an overtime when they scheduled it. This was not the first time that this has happened. It has happened, I looked it up, 34 times in NBA history. There has been a time when a team on less than 2 days rest played a start time of 16 or of 4 p.m. Eastern or earlier. So this was not a once in a lifetime scheduling thing. The NBA has done this before. Was it the right move? Probably not. Is it the best move for the best basketball? Obviously not, but it is what it is. Part of this is because the Cavs had the early game 2 days ago, and so the Cavs get the late game now, and there's only 2 slots on Sunday. The powers that be wanted 1:30 Mountain and 6 o'clock Mountain. That's when they wanted the TV windows. Maybe this changes as we get other programming entities in there. Please, NBC, save us.
Very good.
This was a brutal game from that perspective, and it started right away. Another excuse / reason. I think it's reasonable to okay. Nikola Jokic is wearing 2 shooting sleeves on his elbow and missing shots that we routinely see him make. David Adelman said he had no idea about the status of Jokic's injury. You'd have to ask him, and he's not going to tell you, which is accurate.
Sure.
It is fair if you as a Nuggets fan want to be like, I cannot believe that this is a him thing. He has to be injured. I totally understand that. He played, and so I, as an analyst, have an obligation to credit the defense and criticize the misses, but I totally get that it's likely that Jokic is dealing with inflammation in the elbow, and that's why the shooting wrap exists, etc. That's totally fine. Are there any other excuses / reasons you want to hit before we get into the nitty gritty of this stuff?
Not really. That's pretty much hitting it on the head. And also for the Jokic thing, I'll say, like, there's probably a whole bunch of OKC guys that are also dealing with stuff that's not on the injury report, that's not really being reported, that is also impacting them. So again, this is a situation where the circumstances are hurting both teams. Maybe they're hurting Denver worse, but a lot of it is because OKC did their work in the regular season, was able to get rest, finished their series in 4, did not have to go to a 7-game series against a team that was just as good as them in the LA Clippers. And those are just the issues. And like, yeah, Joshua says it there. If Jamal doesn't get a pass for being injured last year, Joker doesn't get one for this year. And like, it's accurate because that was a defense that was designed to really impact Jamal Murray in a lot of ways with the length and athleticism of Anthony Edwards, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and Jaden McDaniels. Now you're seeing it with Jokic, and he's putting up his historically low playoff numbers.
Okay, so they scored 8 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, Matt, it was my own personal hell. You saw me struggling over there, and holy cow, when Michael Porter dribbled down the left side of the floor in transition and shot a wide open air ball that sailed out of bounds, I was like, okay, this is going to be a tough game. This is going to be
Ryan. I sit right next to Ryan for about 35 home games a year because I miss about 6 with injury or with illness and weather and kid stuff. Ryan likes organized offense that leads to clean shots that have good form and go in clean. That's what he likes. That is like what Ryan likes, I think.
It feels good. It's aesthetically pleasing. It makes sense. It makes sense in the brain. And then we had today. And today did not make sense in the brain for a while.
Now today is what a basketball masochist loves. I enjoyed today. I love horrible basketball. It's amazing.
Yeah.
This is one of those games where they're 3 minutes into the game and the crowd is still standing and they're like, oh God, how long are we going to be? It gets so awkward when they don't make the first or second bucket. And finally, Mike made a free throw. It had to be a free throw in order to get there.
So here's the numbers. They did not score their first bucket for 4 minutes. Their first bucket. They did not score their first jump shot until the 9-10 mark of the second quarter. They missed every jumper. The only 2 baskets that they made were that bucket at the 8-minute mark and then a random Jamal Murray driving layup. Like, it was unbelievable how broke they were.
Thomas says we forgot the last excuse: the offense in blue jerseys versus the Mile Highs. That's a good point. That's a really good point by Thomas Dunn.
Just eliminate the current jersey rundown and just make a blue statement jersey, a blue Mile High jersey for your home jersey and a white one for the away jersey. It's so simple.
I don't have the numbers. Corey Simon says the starting lineup needs to be changed. I don't have the numbers, but the numbers were like catastrophically good for Denver today.
Yeah.
And in terms of it was a catastrophe for the Thunder with the starters on the court. So like that doesn't make any sense.
Russ was a -20 today. Like,
but
Porter was a +15. Like,
they're like,
getting that right.
I thought Russ played way better than MPJ. Like, I thought he was way better than MPJ.
But like, these are the mechanisms that we're talking about in terms of how the opposing defense kind of respects MPJ no matter what. Think about how many times the ball just found Russ open on those corner shots.
I really don't, because I was talking to Brendan. Brendan thought this too. Like, Brendan's captain MPJ, and he was like, I think it was just total coincidence today. Like, I think some of these games, the +34s and something like that, like some of those, I agree with you. I think we're just kind of applying that today. I think in this particular instance, I don't think it was that.
Can we talk about the fact that the team sucks when Murray is off the floor for the entire playoffs?
Yeah, it's been weird.
Weird. They are -69 in 79 minutes.
Nice.
When Murray is off the floor. Usually those are the situations where we could talk about the non-Jokic minutes, but the non-Murray minutes have been even worse. And I do feel like it's because of they just don't have another guard that can shoot off the dribble as consistently as Murray. And like, as great as Russ has been in a variety of different mechanisms, and his defense today was very good. Very good. And I want to make that clear. Just the off the dribble shooting game that Murray has. Christian doesn't have that. Russ doesn't really have that. Mike certainly can't do that. There's nobody else that can do it.
Coming up, we'll talk a little bit more about this game. We'll get into some of the nitty-gritty details. We'll do some assessments of guys. I think Ryan and I are going to disagree, and that's okay. We'll talk about all that and more coming up on Locked On Nuggets. NBA fans, you know what time it is. Playoff season means big performances and even bigger rewards. DoorDash is bringing the heat with a slam dunk deal for DashPass members during the 2025 NBA playoffs. It's called They Swoosh, You Score. Anytime a player drops 50 or more points in a playoff game, DashPass members score a free 3-piece crispy tenders combo from Wingstop the very next day. Just place an order of $20 or more and use the code Wingstop50 at checkout, and that combo is yours. Crispy, delicious, and totally free. Offer valid noon to midnight the day after the game. Terms apply. I love being a DoorDash member. I love being able to get stuff delivered and not have to stress about it, especially if there's playoff games on and I don't want to cook because I'm the guy that cooks in the house. And so if the kids are really starving, I can just order up something and get it delivered. And with, the chance of scoring 50 or more, Nikola Jokic is only going to have to play 5 games for that to happen. So that's really great. If you've ever looked at your delivery fees and thought there's got to be a better way, with DashPass, you get $0 delivery fees and exclusive perks just like this one. How much would you save over a season? So here's the play. Sign up for DashPass to unlock this and more exclusive deals all season long. When any player scores 50+ in the playoff game, DashPass members can grab a free 3-piece crispy tenders combo from Wingstop the next day with a $20 order and code Wingstop50. That's DashPass, your door to more savings, more flavor, and more ways to win. Terms apply. We'll be right back on Locked On Nuggets. Will Jones says this is the worst loss I've experienced since before the championship. Game 7 up 20 at home.
Yeah, I'd take that one personally.
CT said this one broke him. Okay, I will once again rally the troops here. Guys, you're fine. It is 2-2. You are fine. I know you haven't thought they were fine since last August.
Yeah, true.
Sit there for a second. They are fine. Okay. You probably weren't going to get 2 at home. You just weren't probably going to get it. They are too good for you to take both at home. It was a golden opportunity. You were up. You dug yourself out of that hole. They made plays. If you're going to be the clutch time team, guess what? Sometimes things are going to go against you because those games are very coin flippy. There were some key things that happened in this game that kind of turned the tide. The Thunder did not figure you out. Neither team has figured the other one out. There is no confidence from either side here. It's going to be tough. Game 6 is going to be tough. I don't think you win game 5. So it's going to get worse. But I think you're live for game 6. You get this to a game 7. You have more experience. You have better star players at the top in terms of the experience level.
2 days off.
And 2 days off. You're fine. You're going to be okay. This is try and get game 5. Rally the troops for game 6. It's all hands on deck. Throw the kitchen sink in game 6. This is your season, game 6. Win or lose game 5, game 6 is the season. Okay.
In order to get to a game 7, Nikola Jokic is going to have to get out of the slump, man. It's got to happen. There is nothing that he has done over the course of these past 3 games that gives me confidence that he will do that, though. Yeah, so here's a good one is so MBJ was plus 15, and the idea is his spacing around Jokic, and that backs up with Jokic was only plus 1, right? So he was so bad without Porter. I do wonder how much of this was actually Porter in the non-Joker minutes too. Some of this was there's a little bit of in a second. That's true.
But anyway, with Jokic, he's still in his head. That to me is the biggest thing here. The killer one to me was that short roll in the 4th quarter, and you commented on it. They got the switch with the small on him. He rolls short. Jamal delivers the ball exactly where it needs to go, and Joker makes that little flip-in shot 80% of the time. And when that one rimmed out, it was oof, that's a rough one. Missed free throws down the stretch.
Yeah.
Joker only had 3 assists today to 2 turnovers. He got to the line for 14 free throw attempts. Congrats, man. You got the calls that you've been begging for all playoff long. But
I asked about that post game to both him and to Adelman. And Adelman didn't give me a lot in terms of the actual free throw conversation, the refs conversation here, but it is pretty clear that Jokic is more focused on the refs half the time than the actual basket.
And I get it,
We
because
don't get it.
for him, it's if I can't drive without getting slapped, hugged, I can't post because they're literally grabbing my jersey. There was a video posted of Caruso just grabbing his jersey the entire time. And if I can't drive without these kind of guys, then I can't. I get it, man. But it's like, this is the situation. It's game 4. Like this is game 5 now.
Yeah.
You have tried to work the officials in your favor. You got 14 free throws. You shot 7 of 22 from the field. Yeah. You took 22 shots. Nobody else took those shots away from you. You had 22 22 field goal attempts and 14 free throw attempts. Now, I want to be very clear. I've killed Joker in the past about his game 2 versus the Wolves, his game 3 versus the Jazz. This was not that. Joker worked this entire game. And
he was great defensively for much of it.
He was. He really was. He's given better contest. I still really hate some of the drop stuff, but I can only complain so much. The overall has been great. The rotations he's making on the short roll, contesting on Isaiah Hartenstein floaters to limit those, the rebounding efforts, all of this is very good. Joker has done good things. This has not been an effort problem, but this is the bar. Yeah. You are a 3-time MVP. You are a finals MVP. You are the best player on the planet. You have to, and it sucks because it's you have to figure it out. How? I don't know. But that's what.
No, I mean,
this is the answer.
Here is how, straight up, he has to start making the 3-point attempts that he's going to be jacking up. He was 2 of 8. I really 2 of 6, but he took two long distance, 80-foot shots, including one where at the end of the first half he did not want to be out. He did not want to run across half court with 4 seconds left in the quarter and the half. So he just decided to catch the ball and then turn and football pass it as far as he could. Not a great situation. They should try to get a better shot there. But he is so overwhelmed right now in so many different ways. And it's just I think about the 36 minutes per game that he played in the regular season. I think about the burden that he had in the regular season. Some of it was his own desire. He wants to have the ball in his hands. He wants to make the right decision. He wants to be out there. He was a guy who was talking about, I do not want to rest games. And yet right now, where it's clear that he's pretty worn down and doesn't have the energy to kind of go through this and really do the hard stuff for 48 minutes, it is pretty difficult to foresee him getting that much more efficient in this series against this team, because they are a tremendous defense. And they have bothered him to a degree that I don't think I've seen any team bother him. And I think Sam Amick was commenting on it, since Dwight Howard in the bubble. It's crazy.
Yeah. Their ability to dig and pull the ball out is unlike anything I think that he's faced, where he can deal with the physicality, but it's the way that, and he can deal with double teams, but he can't deal with the way that they're sending. I mean, I will go back and watch, but it feels like to me, all 3 defenders arrive at the same time. And he's trying to fight out this. It's okay. Michael's saying, what about Jamal? It's always Jokic, Jokic, Jokic. Jokic has hands on the ball more than anyone else. They need consistency. All right. I'm going to tell you this right now. I think Jamal played well today. I really do. I really do, man. I thought he was in control. He wasn't sped up. He felt in control of the moment. Okay. Jamal delivered in game 3.
Yeah.
Jamal did his part.
Yeah.
Okay. You needed a Jamal game. He gave it to you. I'm not saying you don't need another one. You're probably going to need one more the rest of the way. But I'm sorry. Joker had 22 field goal attempts and 14 free throws. No,
this was Joker's game to win or lose, and Joker lost it. Frankly, Joker lost it. Now, to be fair, other guys also missed shots. Michael Porter went 0 of 5 and was a non-factor for this entire game. Christian Brown had plenty of shots to hit or miss down the stretch, and he missed all of them. Russell Westbrook, 2 of 9. He didn't play down the stretch, but he also missed some of those shots. So this is everybody. This is everybody involved. Jamal's been consistent, man. The team functions when he's out there, and Joker is too focused on the refs. You are yellow. Did your camera? Oh, there it goes. It's back. The camera changed. The shading on your camera changed entirely.
Keep going.
No, I think that look, so everybody rightfully criticized Jamal for the way that he performed in last year's playoffs, he's been better. Like straight up, he's been better. He is shooting 40% from three this year. He has had big moments. He has been a lot more consistent than Joker overall. Like Joker is usually the model of consistency. So for me to say that is crazy. But the fact is, it's just true. Like Jamal has just been flat out better than Joker in this series in particular. And it's unfortunate because Denver needs him to, like, they need Jokic to be the best player in the world in order to win the series. And he has just not been that.
So I do want to note this because there's probably something to this, even though it doesn't feel this way to me watching. With MPJ off of the court, Joker had 8 points today on 2 of 6 shooting from the field and only got 4 free throws.
Okay.
In that stretch, by the way, in the off, Porter, Russ was 0 of 6. I don't know that Porter impacts Russ's shots. I just don't know that that's the case.
I do think that the lineup that Denver's running out here, the Russ, Murray, Brown, Gordon, Jokic look, also one that includes Peyton Watson sometimes in place of Aaron Gordon. There's no spacing there. There's nothing to drag the OKC defense away from the rim unless it's Jokic kind of spacing, unless it's Murray spacing. So,
but even then, like, okay, so with Porter on, Jokic had 19 points. Okay, great. In 30 minutes, but he was 5 of 16 from the field.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's better. I think he's just missing.
Yeah,
I straight up think that he's just missing. He should be making in those situations. If Porter is out there to kind of take some attention away, then you should be making in that situation. They're like the shots were easier, frankly. And he, like, for every easy shot, and like then the missed free throws were so critical down the stretch. AG missed one, but like AG gets a pass for life at this point based off of how he's playing in this series. Every big shot that he took today, he hit. So it's hard to really criticize, including the bank shot, like right at the end of the game. Like, what in the world happened?
Yeah, that was crazy. Especially if you were somebody that bet the Thunder -6, that would have been a bad outcome for you, hypothetically. Michael Tolley, Joker had a 47.9 true shooting night. That was better than both the Thunder and Nuggets. I'm not sure we can really take anything away from this game with a short turnaround. Maybe, but like this is the bar. Like the job is the job. This is my problem. Is like it sucks. You have to meet the moment, and now the Nuggets have to meet the moment. Coming up, we'll talk about what that moment is. I'm going to talk about the zone defense a little bit because I think it was a huge part of this game, and we'll talk about what we expect going forward as the series turns back to OKC. Coming up on Locked On Nuggets. You ever check into your bank account and wonder where'd all my money go? Between dining out, online, shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track, and that's where Monarch Money comes in, your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and start building wealth. I use Monarch Money. I will sit down with my wife and be like, hey, here's where our accounts are at. Here's where like our investments are at. Here's where all these types of things are at, so that we're both on the same page of understanding where we need to spend and where we need to be more conservative as things occur in life in the world. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONNBA for half off your first year. Everyone in my house always has something going on. I call this busy season. And man, it's true. My oldest has soccer. My youngest has art lessons. My youngest has after school activities. My oldest has D&D with his friends. So much stuff going on all the time. I don't have a lot of time to go grocery shopping or cook healthy meals when I'm trying to watch a Cavs Pacers game at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Mountain Time. And that's why I use Hungryroot. Hungryroot is like having your own personal shopper and nutritionist wrapped into one. They take care of grocery shopping and meal planning, offering personalized recommendations based on your tastes and health goals. Everybody in my house eats differently, but I'm able to find meals that make everybody happy with Hungryroot. Take advantage of our exclusive deal. Get 40% off your first box plus a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/LockedOnNBA and use code LockedOnNBA. That's hungryroot.com/LockedOnNBA, code LockedOnNBA for 40% off and a lifetime free item. We'll be right back on Locked On Nuggets. back here on Locked On Nuggets. Thanks for joining us and making this part of your day. Appreciate you guys being with us here on a Monday. A Monday. That's right. It's a Monday. Is it? Is it really?
Here's how I evaluate the weeks and the days when I'm doing Nugget stuff. It is an on day or an off day. Are you on today? Are you doing work? Are you not at the arena? Okay, that's how it goes. That is all it is. There are
I have days I'm at the arena or days I'm working at home about what happened at the arena. That's what's okay. So I want to talk about the zone. So the zone worked great in the first half, and it gave the Thunder a lot of trouble in game 3. So they went back to it in game 4. And Mark Daigneault made a very smart and honestly pretty gutsy decision. He benches Lou Dort, and he gives more leash and more minutes to Isaiah Joe, Cason Wallace, and Aaron Wiggins. And
Alex Caruso.
And that on top of an outlier shooting day from Alex Caruso led to them being able to break the zone by hitting above the break threes. Adelman was asked about it before the game and was like, those are the shots, honestly, that you want to generate with this, is you want to stilt pick and roll actions, stay out of rotation, and force these shots. He's like, the problem was, as the game got on, our contests got later and later, and that's a sign of the legs. And I think that was pretty evident that they were pretty tired here because, again, the Nuggets are having to play a short rotation because of the roster building.
Well, here's the thing. Do they have to? Did Peyton Watson have to just play 9 minutes today?
No, he could have played more.
Could Julian Strawther have played more than 5? Did he do anything wrong?
I think they're worried, but yeah, I think he could have. I mean,
in the zone. Like
again, I think this is the thing. Think about this. Cason Wallace, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins are all much better players than either Peyton Watson or Julian Strawther are at this point in their careers, right?
Yeah.
But they're also not in that top 5, top 6. We trust these guys, top 7 guys here, right?
No.
But the boost that they gave them in this kind of game, with Wiggins scoring 11 and Cason Wallace scoring 11, 22 points from those guys when they scored 92 as a team, that's a massive boost. Julian Strawther hits 1 3 in this game. 1. A floater. Hits 2 floaters in this game.
Denver might win.
And they might have won this game.
Yeah.
P. Watt was terrible smoking free throws. I don't know, man. Like,
he did, but like, I also don't care that much. Like, this was the first time where Peyton actually missed the threes that he attempted.
Yeah.
He's been great from 3 for much of the year. I just think that if you're going to play a zone, if this is going to be a rock fight kind of game where you want your best defenders out there, Peyton Watson's the guy that you want out there. And if you're so worried about Jokic getting tired, Aaron Gordon getting tired, Christian Brown, whoever getting tired, then you have to open up your rotation in some ways. And Russ played 27 minutes. Like, maybe he deserved to play less in this particular game, and Peyton deserved to play more. There's other ways for Denver to get more help that they're not getting right now.
AC says, or Sully says, AC only shot 2 of 5 from 3, buddy. That's 40%. That's an outlier for Alex Caruso, who shot 32% from 3 last year and 35% this year. Ryan and I are arguing.
Yeah.
Because
Matt seems to think that Lou Dort, just because he shot 39%, 40%, deserves like to have good shooting luck in the playoffs when
his time will come.
It'll come when he's 30.
His time
when he's over the hill and dead.
I really just don't like Alex Caruso's shot. But yeah, there's so many ways that Denver could have won this game, and you got to give the Thunder credit here, man, for getting the stops late. But so many of these are just like the Nuggets missing the shots that they missed were just brutal. And this is where I'm going to turn here. Okay. I don't want to overreact here or overcorrect. Okay. What'll happen is a common thing will be said and talked about, and I will validate it. And I won't validate it enough because I'm more interested in like what the flip side is.
Yeah.
Christian Brown has been great defensively the last 2 games in this series. He's been absolutely tremendous on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's done I think a really good job in a lot of different situations. He played with a lot of force and a lot of energy today. Christian was 2 of 9 from 3. And that was brutal. Russ was 2 of 9 from 3. Okay. Russ is not a starter. But Russ is not playing as many minutes. No, but Russ isn't playing as many minutes.
Come on, man. Russ missed 7 threes in 27 minutes, and Christian missed 7 threes in 44 minutes, and somehow Christians are worse.
Yes. Are the minutes of the Joker more important?
No,
come on.
They were +1 in the Joker minutes.
Ryan, are the minutes with Joker more important?
I think here's the thing. They're 48 minutes. Jokic played 43. There were 5 non-Joker minutes today, man.
This is just you finally getting an opportunity to.
No, that's not it.
Your time is finally come, Ryan.
No, you're trying to
miss some threes. Absolutely, fans. His handle is Blackburn NBA.
Okay, it's NBA Blackburn. Please get it right. No, so here's the thing. I have a take for you. This is why Christian Braun needed to shoot 2 of 9 from the 3 in the regular season. And this is what you and me arguing about this. You said that he did not need to take those shots, that he did not need to do, like in the regular season when I was talking about how Christian Braun needs to shoot 2 of 9 more, and that Christian Braun being 2 of 9 is a little bit different from Russell Westbrook being 2. I remember vividly having that conversation and you getting pissed at me. But like, Christian needs to practice taking 9 threes because he's never done it before. It's never happened. He doesn't shoot that much. He would go games on end without taking 1 or taking 2. He needed to shoot more in the regular season and be more willing to shoot those threes and not see them go in, because he just needed to get the reps, and he never got those actual 3-point reps to feel super comfortable. He's now 29% from 3 in the playoffs.
So the argument is, what for me was that I don't know if I trust Christian shooting in the playoffs, and you're going to blame the regular season volume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Because here's the thing. Why do you trust Lou Dort? Because he shot 40% from 3 on a whole bunch of threes on volume. He's practiced it. He's done it over and over and over again. And the only way you get to a place where you can trust a guy like Lou Dort is if he does it for 7 years, does it for over and over again. Maybe that's not something that Denver could have done this season with Christian Braun, but they needed to do it at some point.
There's like a whole conversation going on in the chat about pink because of Joker's shoes, and it's amazing. I'm not going to relay it here, but it's really amazing.
Pink used to be a masculine color because it was a shade of red, and which is blood.
What's Christian shooting in the playoffs?
What's Christian shooting in the playoffs?
Yeah,
29% from 3.
Yeah, Russ is at 36%. I think you need to reevaluate your shooter assessment. That's what you need to do. So anyway, I want to talk about the zone thing here. I think what they need to do is they need to use. I don't like the zone in general, but if they're going to do that, if they're going to bring out those other weapons, then I think you've got to go back to man. Cason Wallace, I think, is a guy that can knock down these shots. Aaron Wiggins is a guy I think that can knock down these shots. Use the zone versus Dort and Caruso. It stagnates MPJ or Shea rather. Do those things, and I think honestly probably use I don't know whether the problem was that they were using it a lot in the bench minutes too. Like they used it to start that fourth quarter, and Matt Brooks and I were talking about this. That's when you should just be able to switch everything. Yeah, Aaron on the floor.
100%.
Just switch it. Use that to hide Joker a little bit and get him a rest, and also prevent him from having to contest as much. Yeah, CT says the zone and the non-Jokic minutes made no sense when your best defenders are out there. Totally agree. That's 100%.
Maybe I was trying to change it up a little bit, but the fact is that if you give those guys, like Denver was playing with fire because Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe and Cason Wallace, like all those guys were getting good looks early in the game that they were missing, and then they got good looks late in the game and they hit them. Nice.
I'll say this: we'll do more pregame. We'll do more the preview stuff tomorrow. Thunder take game 5. Nuggets take game 6. We go to 7, and we'll see. That's my prediction. Yours?
Nuggets take game 5. Thunder take game 6.
Oh,
Nuggets take game 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's just flip the script. Nuggets will win the odd games. Thunder win the even ones.
Okay. All right. Joker's got to be better. Nuggets got to hit shots. Less zone in the non-Joker minutes. Your takeaways. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you guys being with us. Follow Ryan on Twitter at NBA Blackburn.
Yeah.
And Mile High Sports Pickaxe and Roll podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with more. You get Swipe His Thoughts tomorrow on the series and Joker. You'll want to tune in for that. We'll see you guys again next time on Locked On Nuggets.